Howdy y'all, Teacher here again from the Rings Landing server on ROCKETCRAFT, the Rings Landing city on the ROCKETCRAFT server. Derp. Today's gonna be a big day. Tomorrow is the update, and today we're gonna have to get all our things together to get ready to go mining. So here we go. One of the first things we're gonna do is get out this ores block. And we are going to craft up some cauldrons. Why do we need cauldrons, you ask? It's because powdered snow. So I already got a mountain up here. And I've already actually come over here and set down a few cauldrons, but we're just gonna plop some down over here where there's snow. It's not symmetrical, but whatever. Yeah, and eventually, as the weather happens, the snow will fall, and just the same as these snow layers, it'll collect in this cauldrons, and then I can come over here with a bucket later and fill her up. So there's one thing. James is going to be having a stream challenge tomorrow. So we're going to have a race to collect all the 91 new blocks. But most of that is going to require mining, so we're going to go drop into the hole. Whee! Ouch. And we're gonna buy some TNT. Actually, might buy just some more pickaxes in here. Is that an elytra for a diamond? Lanny, I know it's your birthday, but come on, man. Everything's too cheap over here. And if that's wrong, let me know. Get a hold of me. You can have the elytra back. I don't care, but if I'm gonna get it for a diamond, then I'm gonna get it. Where am I looking for? Here we are. Let me get 3 more stacks of TNT. If you don't know this already, I love me some TNT. I blow it all up. Blow everything up. Alright, back to Rings Landing. Howdy, dude. Say hi to the dude. Yeah, I'm gonna figure out. I already got one on here. This guy's all gold. Oh no. This guy's all chain. That won't work. Anyway, we'll figure something out with that. I'll just put it in my toolbox for now. And there it is. Elytra. What else was I doing here? I'll show some TNT in here too, why not? And we'll go to sleep. So one thing we are going to need for this update, which we may or may not get, but I'm going to make a farm anyway, is candles. And to make candles, you combine a string with a honeycomb. And fortunately, got all the string down here. Let's watch him die. Even the spider inside the spawner has a little health bar. Yeet. I am going to have to work on this somewhat because the minecart where those two stone bricks are likes to get stuck. And I like it when the string pops up over the... This is so cool. Like, just throw anything down there. Minecarts will pick it up. Hoppers will pick it up. The dropper system into this bubble vader will pick it up then too. And there it goes. Ding, 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 ding. Just look at it. All of the string. And the reason I call this the scaffolding factory is because of this guy. Boing, 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 boing. Let's pick these up. I love watching it go across. Oh, hello, YouTube. Oh, so, alright. They've been trying to break these zero-tick machines for a long time. So usually what you have is this, I don't remember how many tick circuit it is. You got a dust there that powers the block, that turns off the torch, that powers this block, the repeaters, that powers this block, that powers the dust, that unpowers the block. And that caused it to go back and forth. But what I had to do was, if I just break this real quick, it'll just keep going. But you see it doesn't grow as much. Like, it's growing. It's happening. You can see it going across. Oh, but they can see, dude. Anyway, so I added this Etho hopper clock. And it's got, like, not that many items in it. It's just got 8 or, what's that, 12 items. And it goes back and forth. And what it'll do is turn off of this clock for a second. And then when it resumes, it'll start working again. So see, it's off. Boom, boom, boom. And we got them. So if you have some zero-tick farms in your world and you think that they're broken now, I would try adding this little extra circuit here. If you don't know how to do it, it's just two hoppers going into each other with a comparator coming out into a block with dust. Same thing over here. That powers the piston, pushes that, which locks this hopper, and then only allows items to go through when it's full or completely empty. And then the comparator's just turning off the clock. So we got a slow clock turning on a fast clock. But anyway, we're not here for that. You know what we are here for? Bees. Bees. We're gonna build a farm out of these. So, we're gonna need a place to put this. This probably isn't gonna be enough room right here, but we're gonna dig out some more room in the scaffolding factory because we need bees. We also need haste too. But anyway, I'm gonna do some digging and I will be back. Alright, so I did a little bit of digging but I had to leave out and turn on the chunky torch because the when you're doing redstone like this, especially when you're doing it with entities such as bees, we're gonna have mine carts, we're gonna have a whole bunch of stuff that's gonna be, all those things need to be inside of chunk borders. So if you don't know what a chunk is a 16 by 16 area that the game uses to load in certain chunks around the player. So when you're in, if I'm in this chunk, the game's gonna load that chunk, and the chunk beyond that, and the chunk beyond that, and the chunk beyond that, all the way out to whatever your simulation distance is, which on ROCKETCRAFT I believe it is 6. So for example, down here we have one line of blocks that there's minecarts going under there, so I made sure that this minecart is always right here and never crossing this chunk border. And then same with this one's never crossing a chunk border. But it's still those two with the stone bricks that get stuck for some reason, which I haven't figured that out yet. But anyway, I turned on the chunky torch, which is a great resource pack for technical bedrock players. But yeah, that's just something to keep in mind when you're doing redstone. Like I'll show you the teacher tower. Each of these little sections here is a chunk border. This goes over a chunk border. Where is the dang zombie at? Oh, there he is. Or like this minecart right here. This minecart will never cross the chunk border, and therefore it should never disappear. But like this tower right here, this wall's chunk border, this wall, chunk border, this wall, chunk border, this wall, chunk border. You guessed it. But stuff like that is very important when you're doing redstone. You want to be keeping that in mind. This one crosses chunk borders, but literally just right there. And then this over here, the circuit that pushes the blocks up and out, this is not on a chunk border, but I need to clean this out. I'll just turn it off for now. There we go. But yeah, back to the task at hand. Bees. So the next part is planning. If you don't know how a bee farm works, you'll have your bee nest, and then a comparator reading out of it, and then it goes 1, 2, 3, and once it reaches the third power, you want to power a dispenser, and then that dispenser will fire your shears or your honey bottle so that the hopper minecart underneath can pick it up. So planning, I want to have this room be a nice little kind of free range bee cage, and then I want all the items to just come out, like say here in a chest. But I don't want you to see any of that, and I also don't want, I want it to be like a, oh look, there's some bees in here, and not seem like a cruel farm. And I also don't want it to interrupt any of this redstone. Very important. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put some stone brick over here so I know not to cross this. So this is the chunk border right here, and so is this, and this is kind of a no-no when you're doing redstone, but in this case it still works. I love that. Ding, 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 ding. Anyway, I'm gonna start placing some blocks, and I'll be back. Time lapsing. We are time lapsing. We are building some bees. Time lapsing. To your time lapsing. We are gonna build us some bees. Time lapsing. Time lapsing. Time lapsing. Diggy, diggy. We are diggy, diggy. Digging out some room for the redstone. Block placing. We are crouch placing. Gonna place us some blocks. Blocks, 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 blocks. Well, today's the point in the video where we're gonna stop what we're doing for a second and help Nana get some materials. So let's gather that real quick. So yeah, for me, I don't know about you guys, but I find it very important to, especially when you got older players, or players that aren't as new to the game, or as, they're not veterans, you know. I don't want to call her a noob, but ever since Nana joined us, I've been trying to take care of her, making sure her yard's mowed, taking out the garbage, popping in to say hi, sending her messages, making sure she's okay, checking in on daily stuff. It's important for that kind of stuff. It's for the bond. But anyway, back to the bees. Well, I got a little bit carried away trying to make my own design, and this is why we make sure we know what we're doing before we start doing things. Anyway, I'm going to tear this down, and I will go with you the proper way to do this, instead of just winging it. So we go blocks, 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 blocks. Blocks, 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 blocks. Redstone, 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 dust, 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 dust. Dust, 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 dust. Not dust, not dust, not dust. Block, 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 block. Dust, 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 dust. Block, 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 glass, 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 glass. Scaffoldy, 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 diggy, 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 diggy. Dust, 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 dust. Okay, so now we got it where it's 1, power level 1, power level 2, and then power level 3 will power this block that will trigger the dispenser. So let's give it a try. Let's put an arrow in here. It's a dispenser. And then we will put a hopper here just for testing purposes. So now the hopper, it exists. It's power level 1, it's giving a readout. Oh, it's because it pulled the... So if we just adjust this real quick. It's power level 1. This one does still just power level 1. Almost 2. Still almost 2. How do we get it to 3? Anyways. Oh, actually, I know how to do this. So now this is powered. Anyways. Okay, before I add the bees, I'm going to need to wall this off and add a door. And then the plan is to make this a nice little area for the bees to hang out at during the day. And then at night, when they go back to their places, this hopper minecart will pick up all the bottles, or it's probably just going to be honeycombs. I'm probably just going to put shears into these. And then this little circuit here, if I just drop a stack of gravel there. So what's going on here is there's a comparator going into a block, going into a redstone torch. So whenever the hopper is receiving items, the minecart stops until this hopper is done. So we just wait around a minute. It's almost done, and then this repeater should come back on, and then it continues on the way. I might have needed to put this 1 block lower, but we will find out. And we're shopping to support the economy and for decorating. If you're wondering how far away Rings Landing is from the shopping district, it's really just like right there. Not far at all. Alright, we got most of the decorations in. I'm just going to burn some of this stuff until... There it goes. Now that it's dark out, we're going to go picking flowers. Really should have thought this through. Somebody with some planning skills would have done so, but not I. Alright, now it's daylight. If I can get in the air, we will go pick some more flowers. There we go. There should be a flower forest biome right over yonder. I think it's actually a flower fields biome. Here's some blue ones. What are these, cornflowers? Yeah, that'll do. These lilies of the valley, if you didn't know, in real life, they will poison you. Don't pick lilies of the valley. Unless you have gloves, special kind of personal protective equipment. This is going to be a mob farm eventually. I started working on Silent Whisperer's mob farm, but I was testing it for a couple nights and it didn't spawn any mobs, so I will have to see about that, see, make sure it still works. Maneuvering, nice. So here's the reveal. honeycomb blocks. Got some honeycomb blocks for the walls. Put down some grass so we can place some flowers. Just get all of these that I got here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bone meal some of these flowers. I believe there's some bones right here. Yeah, that'll do. If you didn't know, spider spawners have a small chance of spawning with a skeleton on the back. So if you ever have a spider spawner like this, the storage system is almost always going to get arrows, bows, bones. And it's got a bunch of other random stuff in there just because I like throwing it down there and it gets picked up. That just drops itself, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Where do we want this? Here? Sounds good to me. Anyways, moving on. Now for the fun part. Bees. Big ol' shout out to the pet shop for supplying these. I don't think they knew that's what I was planning on doing though. But this is pretty humane. Now we can grab some iron. Craft up some shears. Probably not 24 of them, that might be a little overkill. Just gonna place one in each of these dispensers here. I'll place this one, it should fire. Did not fire. We will have to see. What is wrong with the redstone? Just gonna put all these in here because, yeah. Maybe we can put buttons. Alright, moment of truth. Oh no. Well, that's a problem. But, you know, we're in this to have fun, not be efficient. I'll be right back. Alright, so I found a problem. We weren't actually powering the dispensers. And now there's bees getting in here. You better run away, bud. Oh, you can get in through there. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go grab some repeaters. Not like that. It's not what we want at all. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. So this third one, oh, they're just all on now. I don't understand what's happening here. These should not all be on. So what I'll probably end up doing here is running this under here more with the mine carts. And I should probably eat. Anyways, this is working as well as I would like it to. So I hope you enjoy this episode. I think the room looks good. Hope you do too. If I don't die from suffocation damage, I'll see you next time. This has been Teach from the ROCKETCRAFT server. If you liked this episode, please leave a like. Subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. And leave a comment. If you think of anything, literally anything, just write it down. I don't care. See ya.